exactly did Tulsi Gabbard do to get added to the terror watch list? It came the day after she criticized the Biden administration.
Wave God. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Follow that IG page, man. Let's get straight into it. Donald Trump back at it again, still on the tear, still naming people to his cabinet, and still having the mainstream media pretty much in shambles, man. Now today we got to talk about Tulsi Gabbard. If y'all don't know who that is, man, y'all might as well look her up. I ain't gonna lie, guys. I was a fan of her, especially when she joined Trump administration, you feel me? Because I had already seen the clip from back in 2020 or 2019, man, where she ended Kamala's whole presidential run back then in a debate, you know what I'm saying? We're going to take a look at that clip, but we also going to take a look at her accepting the job that Trump offered her, which is the director of national intelligence. So shout out to Tulsi Gabbard. She used to be a Democrat, if you don't know much about her, but like everything else, the Democrats fumbled horribly, and then she became a Republican after she joined Trump's campaign, man. Now, I want to ask my humble opinion, this is just my humble opinion, I feel like Tulsi Gabbard would have been a way better candidate to run for president as a woman of color than Kamala Harris, man. I know a lot of black people ain't gonna like that, man, but Tulsi Gabbard is a woman of color too. I think she Hawaiian or something, Samoan, whatever she is. She served in the military, man. She fought for the country. She claimed she was on a terrorist list, guys, just not even too much long ago. After she came out and endorsed President Trump, she claimed that they put her on a terroristic watch list. You know, you already know they're going to be saying that she's a Russian agent. They try to throw all this stuff on her name, man. I don't get it when you get into it with the government, man. They just make up some wild stuff to attack your character and try to mess up your whole situation, man. But let's get into this letter, her acceptance letter, you know what I'm saying, and see what she had to say on that thing. Thank you, real Donald Trump, for the opportunity to serve as a member of your cabinet to defend safety, security, and freedom of the American people. I look forward to getting to work, man. Shout out to the boy Donald Trump. He doing exactly what he said he was gonna do. He's not wasting any time from any time on you losers and suckers. Statement from President Donald J. Trump. I am pleased to announce that former Congresswoman Lieutenant Colonel Tulsi Gabbard will serve as Director of National Intelligence, DNI. For over 2 decades, Tulsi has fought for our country and the freedom of all Americans. As former candidate for the Democrat presidential nomination, she has broad support in both parties. She is now a proud Republican. I know Tulsi will bring the fearless spirit that has defined her illustrious character to our intelligence community, championing our constitutional rights and securing peace through strength. Tulsi will make us all proud, man. So I ain't even got to read her biography. If you want to go look at her biography, you could look at that yourself, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to look at her basically like ending Kamala Harris's career right here, you know what I'm saying? I just go to that video right now. Kamala, this is why I knew Kamala genuinely had no chance, guys. I didn't care what the polls were saying, what the people were saying, what my own community was saying. I just knew it was no way in Hades Kamala Harris was going steamroll my boy Trump, man. But let's take a look at this video from back in the day whenever Tulsi packed her up and sent her home, you know what I'm saying? It says, in case anyone needs a reminder of why Tulsi Gabbard is awesome and will make a great fit as Director of National Intelligence, check out when she dropped some intel and destroyed Kamala's first presidential campaign.
Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record.
Why? There
are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana.
Woo!
She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
You seen my boy tried to come here, thank you, Congresswoman. Nah, don't try to cut off the Congresswoman Gabbard when she over here dropping facts, man. Now, it's crazy because this whole election cycle, man, they wasn't even bringing all that up on Kamala. You feel me? They wasn't even bringing up the fact that they were saying she locked up a free black man on death row that was innocent and withheld evidence. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't even talking about the fact that she was locking up people for weed when she knows she was getting high when she was going to Howard or whatever school she went to. Gotta stop playing games, man. Now let's take a look at Tulsi Gabbard over there on Fox News, basically accepting her nomination, man. This is huge, guys. This is huge, and let me tell y'all, we're gonna talk about some more of his appointments because he just appointed a new attorney general. But y'all gotta understand why the mainstream media over here criticizing his picks, man. Trump doing exactly what he said he was gonna do. He bringing in government outsiders that never held positions in these offices. Not saying that they not qualified, because all these people went to military and college and all this. They've been in politics for a long time. But basically, he getting a bunch of Washington outsiders to come in because he said he wanted to dismantle the deep state. And y'all got to remember that whenever y'all see him making these choices. You feel me?
Here now, newly nominated Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. Well,
Yes,
first of all,
sir.
congratulations,
How it
Tulsi. We're
feel?
all very proud of you. Take us into the room or the airplane when this.
And first, you see this gray streak in this lady head, man? This lady was stressed out over there overseas, man, when she was at war. That's what I heard, man, on the Joe Rogan podcast.
was offered to you. How did it go down?
We had a great conversation and talked a little bit about the work that needs to be done. And I was grateful and honored to accept President Trump's offer to serve our country and support his objective to defend the safety, security, and freedom of the American people as the Director of National Intelligence.
Real talk.
How do you think foreign capitals are taking your nomination and the nomination of other people in the national security apparatus?
It's a good question. I think President Trump has already
They should
shown
be
how
ready.
active he has been
You feel
in
me?
not waiting around for day one on January 20th or 21st, but he's already leading. He's already engaging with so many of these world leaders around the world on the phone constantly. And he's showing the kind of leadership that the American people voted for.
Let's go, man. My boy Trump literally been elected for 1 week, man. He already on the phone with over 100 world leaders, man. Over 100 world leaders, man. Biden was vacationing the whole campaign while his his vice president was over here fighting for her life, you know what I'm saying, swinging up against the ropes. Biden over there on vacation. Trump ain't even in office yet, you know what I'm saying. He ain't gonna be in office till January. He only been elected for 1 week and already getting all this stuff done, man. Now, of course, CNN and MSNBC and all that, man, they gonna crap all over his accomplishments and his cabinet picks, you feel me? We done seen them criticize every goddamn pick that he chose so far. But let me tell y'all one thing, and this is one thing that they not noticing, or at least they not addressing. The American people is not listening to you guys anymore. So all these fear tactics and these little weird things y'all saying about these people that he picking, man, y'all being disrespectful, and the American people is noticing that, man. That's all I'm saying. Y'all want to criticize and call out everybody that he picking to put in these places like people don't deserve to be there, man. Y'all literally tried to put Kamala Harris as the head of state, as the president, and Lord knows the American people know that she ain't deserved to be there and she wasn't ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Now let's go back over here to another one of his other picks, Tom Homan, you know what I'm saying, the newfound border czar, who actually ain't really new to being a border czar at all, because bro been controlling the border. He been deporting shit. You know what I'm saying? He been keeping the country safe. And let me say, one thing I noticed about this man, while all these people try to sit up here and demonize this man like he's trying to separate families and things like this man is truly for the safety of the kids, man. First of all, he for the safety of American people and women. Then he for the safety of the kids, the children that's migrants at that. Because let me tell you, man, he gonna tell y'all that the cartel is doing some brutal things to these people, you know what I'm saying, that's getting trafficked to America or that's trying to come to America and do better. And they paying the cartel all their hard-earned money just to get violated in the worst type of ways, man. But let's take a look at what he said. He was on Chris Cuomo. Let's see.
You see crossings are like 5 times higher than when Trump left office. So what has he done? He has pledged to deport millions of illegal immigrants from the country. So let's compare how each handled deportations.
Yeah.
Obama's administration deported 240,000 migrants in 2016, but their enforcement policy focused, as does Biden's, on targeting criminals, not just those who only cross illegally. When Trump took office, his administration adopted a zero-tolerance policy,
You feel
meaning
me?
everybody is seen as the same level of transgression.
And honestly, guys, that's how we gotta see it right now. I ain't saying it gotta be zero tolerance forever, man, but whenever it get too out of control and there's 10, 20 million people in this country undocumented, you don't even know where half of them at. You know, they ain't even showing up to court cases and court dates. Oh, nah, man, we gotta go ahead and implement that zero policy again, bring that number way, way down, and then we can open it back up and get it popping back for you guys, man.
Allowing immigration officials to deport anyone who crossed illegally. By 2019, deportations had reached a high of 267,000. During his last year, mostly due to COVID, again, they dropped. Biden takes office, his administration issues new guidance to the agents, telling them to target migrants who pose a national security or public safety threat.
Wow.
Okay, kind of like Obama.
You know, and mind you, they letting terrorists and all kind of shit up in this thing.
But maybe even more selective.
That's
Deportations, therefore, plummet because
That's
you're looking
crazy.
for a smaller band of people.
Look at 2021 for Biden, guys. This is the lowest number in history. 59,000? Because you took all the goddamn stipulations off the table? That's sad. Then y'all try to pick it up at the end of your term. You still let it way lower than these numbers, man.
People, 59,000 in his first year. Just recently, the Biden administration changed its enforcement policies,
That's
allowing
crazy.
agents to target migrants who also cross the border illegally. Deportations, of course, pop to 140,000. Migrants are coming to this
you finally started doing your job, buddy. Finally started doing your freaking job, buddy.
country knowing that if they come and claim asylum, they can stay thanks to, in my opinion,
Wow.
a broken asylum system.
Wow.
3 million migrants have pending cases. They wait on average 4 years just to get an asylum hearing. And remember, they're almost all released on their own recognizance, catch and release. So why would you come back if you know you're going to get thrown out? And that is what the system experiences. The question now,
And that's the thing, guys. That's why they just take this, the Biden administration.
People to the country. That's really the difference. And I blame that on ending the policies that were proven effective in the Trump administration. You know, look, I worked for 6 presidents, starting with Ronald Reagan. I've seen hundreds of policies come and go. I know what policies work, what policies doesn't. Love or hate Trump, the Remain in Mexico program was a game changer. People can still claim asylum, they wait in Mexico. That was a game changer. And after a few months, people stopped coming. Because when they realized they weren't going to be released in the United States, they weren't going to spend all their money giving it to the criminal cartels only to wait in Mexico. So, by doing that, by moving immigration that low to a 45-year low, less migrant deaths across the border, less women being sexually assaulted by the cartels. It had a really positive effect in the Remain in Mexico program.
And guys, we can end the video right here, man, because that was Tom Homan, you feel me? The new borders are, he already been doing this for decades. He knows what he's talking about. Don't be listening to these ladies on The View like Sonny Hostin, Whoopi Goldberg, you know what I'm saying? People who don't even have to deal with none of the treacherous tragedies that go on in America on an everyday basis, man. Listen to the experts, and not the experts that's coming on CNN and MSNBC to give you propaganda and feed you lies. If I was you, man, I do your independent research. You need to find a stance. If you believe in border security, then there's no doubt that Trump chose the right man for the job, making Tom Homan his borders are, man. Now, his other picks on Attorney General and all that, that's going to be some controversy, guys. We're going to get into that, too. He nominated some guy named Matt Gaetz. He was a congressman, you feel me? He got a lot of scandalous stuff going on. But we're going to get into that at a later time, man. If you like this video and appreciated my commentary, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, man. Until next time, we are out of here.